Gen Alpha is doomed. The tragedy of Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha kids be like,
okay, maybe it's time to stop. Time is a flat circle, I swear. Like, a few years ago was all about Zoomers being completely helpless and pathetic, and now it's kids who can't even tie their own shoelaces. I knew this was going to happen eventually. Older generations complain about kids all the time. But I did not expect for Zoomers to act as if they're somehow in a better position than Gen Alpha. Half of the videos being made about the hopelessness of a current generation of iPad kids is being spearheaded by the previous generation of iPad kids. In sociology, they call this a moral panic, basically when everyone freaks out about kids being kids because the media says so. And in the age of the internet, it's easier for fear to spread like wildfire, so suddenly everyone thinks this generation is beyond saving. Well, not me. Now, this isn't to say that Gen Alpha doesn't have some serious problems coming their way. Like, these babies were locked inside for almost 3 years with nothing to do but go on the internet. There's definitely some mass lobotomy that's gone on here, but I don't believe they're doomed. Not just yet. Okay, maybe a little. Skibidi Toilet is Gen Alpha's first big thing, and it's made Zoomers realize that they're old. 130 million views, holy mother of Zeus. Skibidi Toilet is genuinely incomprehensible. It's all about these toilet head creatures fighting against these TV head creatures. I'm sure there's some seriously deep and intricate lore for like 9-year-olds within all this madness. Like, it's obvious this thing is popular with kids because kids think toilet and poop is the funniest things ever. It's also just perfect nonsense brain rot content. There's no dialogue, it's just loud noises and crazy shit happening every other second. Now, Skibidi Toilet has become really, really popular. Like, Russian government surveillance levels of popular.
My name is Kat and I'm gonna win because I love Skibidi Toilet!
The more popular this thing got, the more afraid parents became. A few very obviously exaggerated videos of kids acting like kids and having fun circled around TikTok, and suddenly Skibidi Toilet syndrome was a thing that people actually thought was real. This is pretty much always the consequence of moral panic. Like 2 or 3 years ago, a few people cooked chicken with NyQuil and uploaded it to TikTok, clearly as a joke, and all of a sudden the news media started pretending as if this was an actual trend the majority of Zoomers were participating in. No, it's completely manufactured trends to make manufactured outrage. Okay, but maybe these kids shouldn't be spending multiple hours on their phones every day. That's a fair assessment. In fact, we should probably stop giving children who are too young to wipe their own asses unlimited access to the internet. Skibidi Toilet itself might not be harmful, but the endless rabbit hole of content farm garbage on YouTube is definitely concerning, to say the least. Content farm stuff is something we should be terrified of.
I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals.
Every single thing that gets even remotely popular with kids just ends up in the content farm factory. The Vietnamese sweatshops making this don't get paid enough.
Out of here.
You can't get out of there.
Actually, screw that. They shouldn't be paid anything. They should be hung for their crimes against humanity. Some kid's first wet dream isn't going to be a real woman. It's going to be Pomni from the amazing digital search.
Why are you talking about kids' wet dreams?
With the success of content farm shit, there's like media made specifically to be churned out into mindless internet fodder, like Poppy Playtime and Garten of Banban. Garten of Banban has only been out for like a year at this point, and it's already all over YouTube Kids, and it's just really uncomfortable knowing that a game dev team actually made a game with the sole intention of it going viral, and someone making Garten of Banban gender swap video. 59 million views! The content farm stuff is genuinely insane to me. I get why it's made. This stuff practically prints money for these channels. The true story of the Skibidi multiverse. Whatever you do, do not search up Among Us Cup Song Girl. I take it all back. Gen Alpha is absolutely cooked.
My name is Kat and I'm gonna win because I love Skibidi Toilet!
You know what? Zoomers are in no position to say jack shit. Things weren't as bad as they are now with the content farm stuff, but it's not like we got off scot-free. FNAF and Undertale shit had this generation in a chokehold just 7 years ago. Welcome to the underground. How was the fall?
No, get out of my head!
We're waiting every night to roam the
My name is Kat and I'm gonna win because I love Skibidi Toilet!
The truth is, in like 10 years from now, kids will be looking at Skibidi Toilet the same way most of us look at all of the 2010 stuff. I remember back in like 2019 when everyone was hating on Fortnite and was nostalgic for Minecraft and Big Chungus, Keanu Wholesome, Reddit, Point Gold, whatever. But look now, and people talk about playing Fortnite back in that time period the same way Minecraft players did. There's a tendency to believe that your childhood was objectively better than what kids have nowadays, but that's just how people cope with getting old. You force yourself to believe that your childhood was irrefutably better so you don't feel bad when you see people younger than you enjoying their youth. I just find it really funny that Zoomers are finally going through what they made fun of millennials and boomers doing for like years. Let's look at some data. According to this very credible source that I totally didn't just take from the first page of Google, kids aged 8 to 12 in America spend about 5 hours on their screens every single day. Now, that's a bit concerning. At the very least, I could confidently say that I wasn't a crippling screen addict until I was like 13 years old. I actually went outside and played ball and stuff. And that isn't to say that kids now don't play outside anymore, but there's so much stuff deliberately made to lure kids on the internet these days that why would they even bother? Like, I've gone this entire video without mentioning Roblox because that's a rabbit hole I genuinely would not survive going down. But you know what? No, I still have hope. Over the holidays, one of my younger cousins came over and I was basically forced to look after him, which came with one major consequence. I basically had to watch hours and hours of baby cartoons. I'm talking Paw Patrol, PJ Masks, Sonic Prime. But one of these baby shows stood out, and that was Bluey. I don't know what it is about this show, but the internet's obsession with it should be a clear indicator that it is something special. Bluey is like the cartoon equivalent of a warm blanket. It's a really good kids show with nice characters, great messages, and all around just good vibes because it was made by people who clearly care. And that's why I don't think Gen Alpha is doomed. We're not gonna give up on them.
Skibidi toilet, skibidi toilet, skibidi toilet, skibidi.
My name is Kat and I'm gonna win because
Okay, actually, maybe not.
$39 buried, 0 found.